time. This is Join Discourse. My name is Jaden doing this. This morning it's Tuesday, January 5th, 2021. Welcome to 2021, everybody. And the premise of the show is, again, to join the discourse. So a discourse is kind of a discussion, a scholarly discussion, a conversation. And in order to have that, you need more than one person. So that's where you come in. I'm asking you if you have anything to contribute, if you have anything you want to say to this discussion, feel free. You can join my Discord server. You can find that at jd-originals.com. Right on the homepage, you'll be able to see that along with this stream, along with a whole bunch of other things that you can do on there. So if you got anything to say, you can join that, stream your voice right into this live stream with me, or send me a message. You can also just DM or send me an email at jaden@jd-originals.com, and I'll be on the lookout for all of those, and hopefully you will join the discourse with me. So today's topic that I'm talking about is the stimulus checks again, and this whole ordeal of the stimulus checks, and how specifically college students are excluded again for a second time in a row. It's a shame that there's only been 2 times of help to say second time in a row. But yeah, for the second time in a row now, college students have been completely excluded from any stimulus packages regarding the United States and bouncing back from this recession that we're in. And so if you're in college not getting a stimulus check, I'm asking you right now, how do you feel? I feel neglected again, and I'm sure you feel the same way. I mean, there's so many people in general right now struggling, but also specifically students, people who need help in this category that's being excluded. People who, are working students who can't pay for school right now. And those students shouldn't need to work like this to pay for a quality education in the first place. But that's a whole entirely different story. And now this just adds to that disadvantage. And so I think one of the most interesting things about this whole stimulus check ordeal is the disparity between how the government views college students and how us as college students and like the society around us view college students. And so legally, the government views college students, the 4-year borrowed with loans kind of college experience, as a point of financial dependence with very strong financial ties to one's parents. And that's sometimes true, but not always. Like that, the degrees of support are very variant. It's not the same person to person. And so clearly our cultural and our social values, they don't map directly onto our government's legal values. The legal definition, in other words, it differs from our socio-cultural definitions of college students and what that means to us as individuals and to our families. And so all students, because of that, all students receive different amounts of and types of dependent support, and potentially none at all. And so our socio-cultural values in this point in our lives are telling us that we are independent, or at least heading in the direction of independence, yet our government doesn't align with our cultural values, and instead it uses this as an excuse right now to deny us help at the exact moment that we need it most. And that's a shame. There's so many people who are being affected by this. Our financial dependence is not enough to support us just because we can be claimed as a dependent, as an incentive at that for another self-interested individual. And so I want to get to some reasons why the government might be excluding college students. Clearly, it can't be for no reason at all. And so the first, I guess, would be the large national debt. I don't know how many trillions of dollars the United States is in debt right now, but it's only growing, especially in the face of, the coronavirus economy that we're in right now. And so avoiding a larger national debt is probably some cause for this, as well as just other reasons for limiting and contracting government spending. So feelings of anti-big government, anti-government overreach, all those kinds of feelings that would push more fiscally conservative people to say that government shouldn't have a hand in our economy as much as it does. But another reason is that it generally contributes to the system of class division and elitism that enables capitalism to work in this country. So this is a very indirect reason, I believe. It's not something that there's gonna be people jumping out in the streets like, yeah, this is exactly why we're doing this. It's not even a hidden thing necessarily. It's just a systemic thing. It's something that has seriously embedded in the system within which we're living, and it's so embedded that it's almost blind to us at some points. And so class division creates classed workers, right? And class division also creates classed and racialized people. Like races in the United States, how it's used in the United States. And that racial caste system creates more classed workers. And so government neglects like this, things that, separate and continue to widen the gap between the rich and the poor. It's almost like a health supplement in a way to capitalism and to class division. And the health supplement, it benefits the body of billionaires and the rich elite people who benefit from capitalism. And so now I'm asking you, what are some other reasons that maybe I haven't considered? 'Cause these are only two, really. I know that there's something I'm missing. What do you think? What do you think could be contributing to this? Why are they excluding college students again now? And as a very select group of people that are being excluded, because I've heard people talk about it as like, no, it's just that they're excluding dependents because you're dependents. But that goes back to what I'm saying about our legal definition of dependent in a college student and what our sociocultural values tell us about what a college student means and the kind of support that you should have for yourself at that point in your life. And so I'm also going to ask you, how are you feeling about these stimulus checks? I know it really wasn't much help at all. Again, $600. I think it's there. Yeah. I don't even know because I'm not getting it. So I'm feeling very disconnected from it, honestly. I believe it was $600 they landed on. That's not a lot. If you've been struggling for 7 months and you're getting $600, how are you feeling about this right now? Especially as college students like me, and like I'm sure some of you watching this right now who are completely excluded, again, from even this small help. And lastly, how has it affected you, if it has affected you? If you get any personal stories, please feel free to share. Again, you can find me on my Discord server. That's on jd-originals.com. Right on the homepage, you can find it. As well as DM or send me an email with your story, jaden@jd-originals.com, and I'd be glad to share that on here with the viewers. And so before I head out, this is Join the Discourse. If you got anything to add, again, Discord server, email me, DM, all of that. Open, wide open. I'm just going to be looking out for that and ready for you to contribute to this show per the premise of the show. Remember that you can listen on Apple Podcasts, you can listen on Spotify, you can play back on Periscope where this is live right now, and you can play back on YouTube where this is live right now. If you want to just watch some clips, I'm starting to upload clips just from the Saturday episodes. And so if it's not on Saturday, I'm not going to upload clips, but it's all right. Yeah, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube. I hope I said Spotify before. Check out my YouTube channel. You can find that at jd-originals.com. A link to all my work, all of my episodes of my different shows, episodes of Life with Matcha are on there now. That's a podcast I do with my girlfriend, Destiny. You can find my past art videos from the summer, future live stream events. I just finished doing a whole lot of planning for this year. And so there's a lot of live stream events and different releases and projects that I've got planned coming up. I'm real excited for that. So, oh yeah, that was a mouthful. Pause. But yeah, I mean that's really all I got for this today. Tune back in on Thursday. Yep, Thursday, January 7th. I'll have a good show hopefully then, and I hope to see you there.